Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Design Recharge. This is a rapid recharge. Hopefully it literally will be a rapid recharge, meaning 30 minutes or less. So I have been wanting for years to do something that was sometimes I feel like I've never had any bad experiences with the design community, luckily. Maybe I just tune things out, or people are too nice, they don't want to hurt my feelings. But I've never had, there are always mean people, but luckily they just don't show up where I live, or where I live online. But I think a lot of people don't have that same experience. And I feel like sometimes we aren't always very connected with a group. I feel like we're connected with each other because we come on Wednesdays and do Design Recharge together, which I'm very thankful for. But sometimes I feel like we just need to encourage people. So I want to Kim and I are always talking, and Kim Panella, who I had on back in December, but we meet every week, and she's kind of a lone designer, and so am I. So it's really nice to have somebody. And then we have a mastermind group, which really helps as well. We meet twice a month or every 2 weeks, which Karina's in that. And I definitely suggest that. I talk to Brian a lot and crew, and there's some other people, but so I really do feel like it's really important that we encourage each other, and not maybe always people that we know. And I always feel like there's people who we think of as our design heroes that maybe they don't even know that you think they're great. And I think you should reach out to them. So what I'd like to do in the month of February is I'm going to create a list of prompts, and I'll send it out in the email. And then I'll also, Kim and I are kind of pooling some of our resources, and we're going to do a few giveaways. And granted, you don't just have to love people in February, but I never get a Christmas card out. So this is the way I'm able to. I always try to do something in like Valentine's for my clients. And so I think of you guys as a really important part of my team. Ashley does all the scheduling for me, luckily, or it wouldn't all go together. And clearly this week I had typos. I can't even spell scheming, and I didn't. Anyway, thank you for loving me even through terrible spelling. But anyway, so Ashley does all that. Hey, Josh. And Carol Ann came. Oh, Kim's here. But anyway, we'll try to promote her if she can. Oh, maybe. Yay, she's there. All right, so I'm just going through what I was telling them about, kind of what we were doing. So the month of February is going to be Love on Designers. And so what I want you to do is think of ways that you would want somebody to maybe love on you, or you would want to give somebody like a little encouragement. So it could be somebody that has mentored you, or it could be somebody that maybe you're mentoring, or maybe you're not even their mentor, but you just see that they're making strides and coming up and doing some neat things. Can you guys hear me? I didn't even think about that. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you good.
Can you imagine if I'd just been spewing off and nobody could hear me? That's why I like having a friend. Okay. On screen with me. So Kim and I came up with this. And so I'm going to love on my clients, but I'm also going to love on the design community. And I just wanted to ask you guys to do it with me and Kim. So Kim and I are pooling our resources, and we're going to give out 5 giveaways, like little boxes, kind of like art snacks plus some extra things. So it'll be some tools that Kim and I both really like. And then things that have saved us time or saved us money or just are fun. We really have liked that have pushed our creativity. There are some of the tools, like I know she's going to give away, not this pen, I'm going to give this one because I really like this one. But it's a Slicky or whatever. Anyway, can you guys see that? It's really bad.
I can't wait to try that too, by the way.
So I got one in Art Snacks that was red, and I'll just show you this real quick. And so I was like, I really like water brushes. Maybe you don't know that, but of course now I can't find where I did that drawing. but anyway, so I just think it's good to push. I really like Art Snacks. Totally not paid by them to tell you that, but I really do like Art Snacks. And so I think it'd be fun just for people. So what we're going to do is we're going to do I'll find the image later. But anyway, they're not waterproof, but you can kind of do them with a water brush. And so it kind of makes this soft look. But it's a really, really small point, which I really like. And Kim has a Pilot G-Tech.
Mm-hmm.
G-Tech.
Yeah, I use the G-Tech C3, but I know that a lot of people order the C4, but this one is my favorite. And it also has a really, I don't even know if you can see it, but it's super fine point. I love this pen for sketching, so that's why I want to give it away.
So it'll have a water brush. It'll have some of these other water-soluble pencils. It'll have, anyway, just some fun things. And there'll be some cards that you can send to somebody and just love on them or encourage somebody. And then there'll be some things just for you if you want to hang it on the wall, put it in a book, whatever. And I know there's a little static. Do you hear that, Kim?
No.
Okay, I just hear it myself. So, all right. So one of the things is we're kind of broken into weeks. And I was just going to kind of give you an overall of what we're doing. So then there will be a kind of prompt each week. And we were thinking the prompts, like for the first week, is all about energize. So Kim has all this great, it says my internet connection is unstable. Buggers. You can't do much about that here.
I hate that.
Just keep it strong. So the first week is all about energize. And so she has these stickers that you put on, like, the coffee pods, right?
Yeah, you can use them on coffee pods. You can use them on the back of envelopes. You can use them many different ways. Mm-hmm.
And she has this, it's super cute. Can you find that link real quick on your website so that we can share it? So, and that'll be in part of the giveaway. And it says, like, I love you a latte. Isn't that cute? Like, wouldn't that be fun just to put on somebody's morning, just to make their day? Anyway, so the first week's all about energizing. The second week is about sharing the love, encouraging another designer. It could be somebody that you're coworkers with or somebody that's on another part of the world that you don't get to see very much, but you wanted to, maybe you send them an actual card and just tell them, hey, I see you've made a difference, or you're really making strides, or you've really inspired me. And then the third week is about recharge and relax. And I'm going to send, hang on a second. Ugh, my cord's really short. Okay. I'm going to send some of my Smibs essential oil that's going to be for relaxing. And if you don't like it, you can give it away. I mean, it's free, people. You're going to be winning this stuff. So and I'm going to give you, for the Energize, I'm going to give you some of this homemade coffee from way down south in Mobile from this pecan place. And it's like this butter pecan coffee. Anyway, so Brian was a customer. He brought some at Christmas. So he said, really good stuff, smells great.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see that stuff, too.
So
I love coffee.
Well, I don't like coffee, but she's going to be my tester. But I've given it to Dustin. I've given it to my friend Suzanne's boyfriend. I've given it to my aunts. They like it. For coffee people, they really like it. And then the last 2 weeks is kind of connect. But the 1 week's just really connect. And then the last week, there's February is like the shortest month, but there are 5 Wednesdays in February. And the last Wednesday is another rapid recharge, kind of like this. And I thought it would be really fun. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. Totally not. But so Kim didn't come in logged in as it. I actually added her as a panelist. So you might see this on your screen. You can raise your hand. Do you see that somewhere? I don't even know where that is. But people have done it.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Top left corner, Sarah said. So you can raise your hand. And then the last week I thought, wow, it would be really nice to put a face and a name in the chat. So then we could all kind of really be that community together. Because I feel like we come all the time. And I just wanted to give you guys if you don't want to do it, I'm not going to make you do it. I already had told Kim, I asked Kim if she would do this with me today. Granted, she's just sitting there right now. But one of the things is that both of us really we work alone a lot. And so I know Carol Ann works alone a lot, and it can be kind of isolating, right, Kim?
Yeah, it can be.
So how do you feel, or how did you feel before we started meeting more regularly?
Well, because I do work from home, and I'm just kind of locked away in my studio for the 8 hours out of the day. It can feel very lonely at times, and it can be really hard to get out there and network. But that's something that I'm trying to get better at. But it was actually being able to connect with you on a weekly basis has really helped. And I know that I'm not the only person out there that may feel like this, that you're isolated. You don't get to go into an office and have a staff of people that you work with, every day. Right. So it can be really lonely at times. And I think that my big thing is that I just always, want to help people. And if they're feeling lonely, to know that they're not alone and that there's someone that they can reach out to. I mean, just always message me if you want to talk or, connect. I mean, I feel like that's really important. It's just knowing that you're not alone and that there are other people out there just like us.
Right. And I feel like you may think that sometimes people they're like way on a bigger plane, and maybe some people are, and they just won't reach out or won't respond. But like most people really do, and they are really happy to reach out and connect with you, even if it's just for like 30 minutes and you eat lunch together via the internet. I just think that's why I started Design Recharge. That was the history. So I did go into the office. Lisa is our administrative assistant in our office, and thank goodness for her at the university. And Carol Ann was one of my students. Some days I'm just interacting with my students, and that's it. And then the days I'm home, it's just me being at home working. And so, but what I found was that I really needed more. I mean, I can go on Pinterest all I want, but I wanted to get to know more people, and I wanted to learn about that. And so the reason I have it live is because I didn't want to do this alone. I felt like, wow, this is a great opportunity for more people than just me to get something out of it. Do you guys see this sort of looks like a bear, like a polar bear? Do you see the reflection?
Oh, yeah.
It
does.
It's my shoulder. It can make him have little weirdness. Thanks, crew, for seeing it too. I think maybe it's my head. But anyway, I feel like that's why I did this as something that other people could come and do this with me regularly. And the reason I like it live, even though it doesn't show up on YouTube, great, it's kind of small because I don't pay for the big whopper package because I'm just a professor and I don't have a lot of money. So I just feel like at least, think about it. A lot of you guys come every week, and you're part of this family, and I really appreciate it. And so the people who can't come live, you're watching it, I hope you still feel like part of the family. So I just wanted to build something. And so I am really working on figuring out which platform I'm going to build, so that maybe it's a Slack channel, maybe it's a Facebook community page, but it's going to be something, and it'll happen in February. So here's the weeks again. And so there's going to be little fun things in all those weeks. And we will be providing stamps so that you can send real mail to real people. There will be cards and stamps. And there's a beautiful love stamp that, what's that lady's name?
It's Anna Rifle Bond from Rifle Paper. She created, I actually have it here. Hang on. I've been using them.
Thank you, Sarah, for the sweet note.
So the U.S. Post Office every year, they'll take submissions from artists and they'll select one. And so this year it is Anna Rifle Bond Rifle Bond from Rifle Paper, and she's from here in Orlando. And so her design is actually the artwork that they chose for the stamp this year.
Can you hold it closer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
So pretty.
It is pretty. Anyway, so we just think it's important to be able to, and I don't think it's all girly stuff we're going to be doing. They're just tools, you know. I mean, so hopefully,
Yeah.
But Brian's got a lot of girls in his family. He can just send, send love to his wife and his daughters. So, right? He's laughing. Anyway, so the last week, if you want, you have all this time. I'm going to announce it every week. Hey, remember, you can come live and get to know each other a little bit better. I think I can have up to 50 people on here at once. They'll be really small. But but then that way we can kind of just really go off key. And then that way, like Clea, who is in Ireland, then she would be able to melt us away with her accent. It'll be terrific. Right? She says, oh no. You can do non-video if you want. But anyway, I just wanted to open it up. Maybe nobody's interested in that, but I just wanted to have it as a thing where if people wanted to come on and introduce themselves and just say hey, and I don't know, I wanted to do that. So
yeah, and I mean, if I can do it, anybody can. So,
girl, your accent will be like butter to us. So anyway, but anyway, so that's kind of the plan. So it's energize because we need the energy. So it'll be some coffee in the giveaway box. The share is the next one. There'll be some cards and some things for you to, as little prompts for you to do. And then there'll be a prompt like for the share week, it'll be, hey, take somebody to coffee, or pay for the person behind you's coffee, or do something. Tara's walking through them. We saw your shadow. And then the third week is the relax and recharge, de-stress. And then the last one is connect. So maybe that's connecting with somebody you don't know and really kind of pushing you to do that. And so one of the ways that you can, we're going to do the last 2 weeks, we will give a giveaway for somebody coming live, not necessarily being on screen, but you guys are getting this firsthand. And then the other 3 weeks, it'll be, Jason says he's laughing. The last one is, and we'll just pick it from the chat, so you'll have to type in the chat or something. And then the other 3 weeks is, the first 3 weeks are going to be if you like Kim on Instagram and like Design Recharge, and then tag 2 friends. So then that'll be, we'll pull the giveaway from certain posts that we do. And so we're going to be using the Love on Designers hashtag. So nobody else is using that, and I'm typing it in right now. So it's with an S, Love on Designers. And so I just think we're just going to take the whole month and we're just going to share the love. And so I did this one little sketch. I'm going to show it to you because I think it's kind of funny. And I'm going to rework it, but it's going to be on something. Now this page kind of blew up, but see, can you guys see that? Anyway, so it's like designers on a piece of bread, and instead of jam, it's love. Anyway, so I just want to love on you guys. So I think everybody needs encouragement, like Sarah says, and you just, yeah, love the grid on the bread. Yeah, that was my first piece of toast. It did not look so good. So anyway, so I just want to make sure that we are coming as a force, and we're just going to love on some people. So if you post something, maybe you did a drawing and it was about how much Bobby Joe inspired you, just do the tag Love on Designers. We could all use more love. Amen, Ann. Mm-hmm. So you have a little bit of history, and look, it's only 20 minutes. Can you believe I've done a rapid recharge and actually a rapid pace. Hooray! Anyway, I'm really happy to be back in Colorado. It's really fun. And my friend Jared, who I get to see tomorrow, I met him at Creative South, but he works with Tara. He was like, you weren't really carving up the slope, Stein. I was like, man, it's been 18 years. I felt pretty good not falling. So, and I'm not sure. I'm still walking around. So I was pretty excited. I wasn't super fast, but I'm not dead. Anyway.
I was super impressed.
I am 44, people. You know, for not going since I was in my 20s, I thought that was pretty good. But like, I just think I met a client today that I hadn't met in 12 years. I've had him for 12 years and I've never met him. So I went to the place and I brought bagels, and it was just nice. I think it's just nice to connect. I'm going to see my old boss tonight for dinner, and I got to see my alumni that used to work with Tara and now got a job at a great firm here in Denver. Tara encouraged her, you know, it was a really good position. Anyway, somebody's talking about kidnapping me. Oh, I love you, Carlos. You say I'm a baby at 44. Well, I think it's hilarious. Maybe this is my mom, but it's like their name. I would love to know your real name. It's like 20SPNJJC45CWW or C. Anyway, it's hilarious, but it's a really long no name. Kim, do you have any else? Why do you want to do the Love on Designers?
Why did I want to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I mean, kind of like what I said earlier, it's just you can feel really isolated when you work alone and from home, and I thought it'd be a great way to reach out and meet others and just offer support to people if they feel lonely, you know, in their studio or their in-home office, or they don't get to go into an office that often and actually get to interact with a lot of people. I mean, I'm here in this office all the time. And so that was the main reason why that I wanted to hop on board with it. And plus, we get to give away, cool stuff too.
Yeah. So Linda says she snowed in. She's in Toronto. So
my gosh.
I just want people to feel like they're part of the crew. And I hope you already feel like that. Like you come and you're participating. And Shauna says, but I'm not dead. That's always a solid goal. Yes, that's right. I did say at WMC Fest that I don't want to retire. I just want to die because I really like what I get to do as a designer. I just hope maybe I'm at my computer one day and I just pop it down. So I guess I have a lot of death in my life, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, isn't that a cool poster?
I do like it.
I know Tara's got a lot of cool things.
I didn't get to clean my office.
It looks better than the table that I'm sitting at.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm excited, and just so you know, I have Reina Takahashi next week, and she is a paper artist. She used to just be a regular designer, and then she got a job, or she did some side projects of paper art. She fell in love using her hands. And then she worked for Facebook, and now she's off on her own. And so we're going to talk about some marketing strategies. We're going to talk about how she connects, even though she's alone, because she's alone in her studio now. I mean, how many of us are doing this alone? Like, I know Brian has people that he works with, but he's really, So Shauna, her and Teddy. Yep, Brian, Linda, Jason. Jason's in a team, but he's the whole marketing department. And so I feel like, so Sarah works at a church, but she's only creative. That's the same. You do sort of feel alone. Lainey says she has one coworker. Carlos is just on his own. David is Wednesday's his work from home day. So on Wednesday you're alone. So you can be with us on Wednesday. And Paige says she's the whole marketing department. And Michael, just him and his dogs. And so anyway, I'm just glad you guys are here, and I'm glad that sometimes I say to Ashley, I'm like, I think maybe it's time to stop. And she's like, but Diane, you always get recharged after design recharge, because I love learning from people. And she said, you don't need to quit. Not yet. So she's a good little encourager. And she'll be at Creative South this year. So you guys can, Karina says she has a team, but she's the only designer. So I think a lot of us are in the same spot. I know Carol Ann's alone and Clea's in school, but I think it's kind of, you still can feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and Jason says he needs an editor for the podcast, like a writing editor. So Christy says, which social media platform do you all prefer we hashtag and share our love? I'm actually going to do it on Facebook. I'm going to do it on Twitter, and I'm going to do it on Instagram. I think everybody has their own spot. I mean, I'm not a Snapchatter, so. And Clea says, that's what it's like where I work, Karina, on my placement. Only designer on the team. Oh, like a production audio editor. So if you guys, anybody know, Carlos may know of an audio editor. See, Hiba has one. And I know Scotty Russell uses somebody in Ireland. Anyway, we'll have to get you somebody, Jason, because you need some help. Anyway, Kim, thanks for just being on screen with me, so I wasn't
you're
talking
welcome.
alone.
I really didn't do anything. But I think this is going to be awesome. I think everyone's really going to like it.
Anyway, so if you want to be on screen at the end, all you have to do is like raise your hand. And Crew said his was at the bottom. Sarah says hers was at the top left. So it may be in different spots depending on what kind of device you're using or how small your window is. But you can always send me an email saying, hey, I want to be on. So like Linda has her hand up right now. Do you want me to ask you on, Linda? Click it in the chat if you do. Okay, I'm asking her on. The only thing is everybody needs earbuds next time. Unmute. You can hear me. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. Except audio. Yay. Hey, Linda.
Hey. Oh, I don't have my.
It's okay. It'll be next. The long Friday. But that's how. Yeah. So she raised her hand. How did you raise your hand, Linda?
In the bottom.
In the bottom. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. So you raise your hand, and then I see it, and then I can promote you on screen. So the last episode. So Linda's our guinea pig. So thank you for doing it, Linda. But then that way we can kind of meet. And if you see, well, maybe I think everybody just sees whoever's on screen. Do you see everybody small or no?
We just went smaller, and whoever talks, they get outlined.
Okay. So then Crew knows because we do a Bible study together with Brian. But at the top, if you're on screen, if you're in the speaker view, you can choose speaker view or gallery view. And then we're all the same. It's like Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, Clea says she can see everybody. Are they just small? Somebody's smaller and one person's bigger? So are you really snowed in, Linda?
Well, it is snowing. You can get out, but I have difficulty walking, so I don't go out on days like today, but the snow just stopped.
Good idea not to go out on days like today.
No, it's enough broken bones, thank you.
For sure.
And by the way, that's a solar bird in the background.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
The sun is shining in the window and the bird is singing.
Oh, nice. Cool.
It's kind of cool.
It is really cool. Well, just so you guys know, you can always reach me at diane@rechargingyou.com. And if you're listening on iTunes or YouTube, you can always hit subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And then just let's share the love. Linda, what do you feel about the Love on Designers month?
I think it's a great idea, because stuck at home, especially in the winter with the weather, I really think, the group that you have is so widespread that it's wonderful.
Great. Good. And so can you think of somebody who needs a little encouragement that you could give some encouragement to?
I can. I have a friend who is just laid off and is looking for a job, and I've already put her onto your show. I don't know if she's watched, but I'll certainly remind her of it now.
Cool. And then, and then there might be somebody who's always inspired you that you've never reached out to because you always think, oh man, maybe you don't feel like this, but I always feel like this. Like they don't know who I am. I'm just a little bitty speck and they won't have time for me. But like Von Glitchka is one of the best people. So he totally replies back and he's amazing, and he's like an industry standard, I think. And so I just feel like we need to reach out, and because I think sometimes people don't realize how much, like I love Scotty Russell with Perspective Podcast and or Perspective Collective or whichever one you follow him on. But I always, when he has a great show, I just text him or I send him an email and say, hey, this one was really good. This is what it meant to me. And sometimes you just don't get a lot of those. And so I feel like sometimes it's good to reach out to those people too that you really have admired. So, man, that bird is really pretty sounding.
I was just going to get up and move it out of the way, but yeah, it's when you're alone, especially, and like if a shadow goes across it, especially in the summertime with clouds, it's all of a sudden it's like, so I'm not alone. People have their dogs. I have my solar bird.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I have Bailey today. Well, I don't know where she is. She went.
Well, I have Jack, but I've locked him out of here because he would be all up in my face. So.
yeah. In future, I will move him for distraction reasons.
Well, Clea, you'll have to tell me how everybody is the same size. So we'll have to email back and forth about that because I want to make sure everybody can do that. And I definitely need to get Vaughn back on the show. So anyway, I just appreciate you guys helping me spread the love for Love on Designers. And I'm really excited that me and Kim can share some of our favorite tools and smells and coffees and all kinds of things that'll be able to hopefully bring a little bit of love to y'all and to some other people during the month of February. And yes, Brian, it is Love on Designers with an S.
By the way, there's only four Wednesdays. Well, today's January 31st.
Right.
So there's four Wednesdays in February plus today.
Plus today, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, today's the 31st. Yeah, today's the 31st.
Well, let me tell you what this lineup is for February. Thank you for letting me know. I'm getting my drive thing pulled up on my phone, my sheets. That's how Ashley does it for me. And I know we're already past the 30-minute, but we're going to get off in just a second. Here we go. So Raina is next week, and Raina is the paper artist. She does amazing. Oh, I know, because we're doing 2 on 1 week. That's what it is. So February 7th, February 12th, I'm doing one. I think that's a Monday. That's the official Love on Designers, just so that it's just kind of Love on Designers. We're going to tell more people about it then. That'll be the what's that week, Kim?
I'm looking here. So we have the 7th.
Share. That's share.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But see, I knew I had 5. So, but Linda's right. And then David Breyer, he's been on before. He's really good branding, and he works alone too. I mean, he has a team, but and then Jordan Wong, who's one of my favorites as well.
Oh, yeah.
A good friend. We will be talking about his power socks, people. And then February 28th is the big day that we all come together and we have our earbuds. And yes, Raina was at WMC Fest. That's how I met her, David. Yep. And I don't know who the long URL person. If you tell me your name, then I can tell. It's Carly. Oh, Carly West. I was showing little Sophia about your work. Anyway, I'm real excited. Thank you guys for coming. Linda, thanks for coming on. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
I'm not really going to eat poutine because I can't stand it. But I'll hold up a picture of poutine if people don't know what it is.
Okay, that sounds good. And then Kim, you got any closing words for me?
No, not really. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. Anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here and coming every Wednesday. It really means a lot to me. And watch for some more slow snowboarding videos on Friday or Saturday, I guess, because I'll be posting them Friday night. Anyway, have a great week, guys. Linda, it was great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you in person. Nice to see you and see me.
I know that's how I felt with my client. I've always just done it like this, so I kind of knew what they looked like, but I didn't, had never touched them. I mean, I didn't touch them inappropriately today.
And in Canada this week, today is Bell, our major telephone providers, Let's Talk Day about mental health. And for every view, that maybe I'll put it on your Facebook page. For every view, they donate 5 cents to mental health education and or mental health something. So it's Let's Talk Day today. So
let's put that on the thing, because I think
I'll put that on your Facebook page. Yeah,
that would be awesome. I would love that, because that's a great thing, and giving more money to that is really cool.
Yeah. So
hey, and we talked, so that's good.
Okay, great.
Bye, guys.
Bye.